Reach on up to become one. 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 Then through gamma at the start.
Hey everybody, we're back. It's been like a month, but made some changes in the show that I think will be worth the wait. So I guess we'll get right to it. We got the Doc here, and we got Dave here. How you doing, Dave?
Not too bad. How you guys doing?
Good. It's how do you like the new studio?
When I see all the equipment, I'm digging it.
As we're talking to him online.
Yeah, Dave's not actually in the room, but we got the new studio in here, and
I heard it is dope.
It looks complicated, but it looks nice.
yeah, my original plan was to take a week off and then get new equipment and then do a show right away. But then I got the new equipment and I had a lot of trouble setting it up, so that took like an extra week.
Jay stared at it for 3 days.
Yeah, 3 to 5 days was just looking at it. Then I plugged it in and I was turning all the knobs, but I didn't know what they did. Then I realized there was wires that had to be attached, and let's just say it was a lengthy process. But we're on now, and I think it's sounding all right. We'll find out about an hour from now when I either throw all my new shit out the window or we have a good show. So yeah, right. That's
Okay,
it.
sounds good.
So it's been so long. We got a shitload of stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff happened. In the real world and in our world. Well, I guess that's also the real world, but you know what I'm saying.
It's a smaller real world.
Right. It's the irrelevant world. Not that anything that seems to be happening is terribly relevant, but we had a guy shoot himself in the leg. I guess we'll just go in like chronological order of what happened,
so,
right?
I go out, sometimes. I've gone out a decent number of times, and I've managed not to shoot myself in the leg. I don't know, if it's difficult for athletes and superstars, but
I've only done it once.
Yeah.
It's
pretty easy not to shoot yourself.
Well, I've gone to clubs before and never had the urge to bring a gun either. That's
right.
Yeah,
it helps that I don't bring guns, but
That's what the gun clubs are for.
But like he said, he wanted protection. He had Antonio Pierce behind him. That guy knocks over 350-pound linebackers. So I think
who's going to mess with Plexico Burris? He's like 6'7".
Yeah, exactly. That guy's a monster.
The other thing is, maybe he's trying to defend against people with guns. But if someone wants to shoot you, you're not going to get your gun out fast enough. So.
Well, he did defend against somebody with a gun himself.
Well, he didn't defend very well.
Well, he won, I guess.
He's alive.
I don't know. It depends whose side he was on.
Yeah.
How do you sneak a gun in sweatpants, though? Like, I don't know how he got that shit in,
Because he's Burris and he probably didn't get checked.
Yeah, they probably didn't, frisk him for weapons and stuff.
He's probably like, I caught a touchdown, bitch. And they let him in.
Yep. Superstars and their free passes.
Well,
Exactly.
It's not so free. It cost himself millions and millions of dollars. So.
And
Coming from a Steeler perspective, I think it's hilarious because Plexico Burris was always a head case when he was on the Steelers. Yeah. And, Cowher was just sick of it, and he's like, all right, peace out. And, yeah, he did do a pretty good job when the Giants won the Super Bowl, and everybody loves him up here, but he's still a complete nut job.
I never said I loved him, but, yeah, I mean, he's 6'7", he's hard to cover, so I don't, I'm not I wasn't complaining.
I mean, I've been a Giants fan for like 15 years, and I still think it's hilarious. So it's just funny. Shooting yourself in the leg is almost never not funny.
Yeah, I mean, I wish it didn't happen, for a player on my team when they were doing well until that happened. But, stuff happens. I guess it's difficult not to shoot yourself in the leg.
Apparently.
The rest of the world must think New York is like just the most terrible place, that everyone has guns now.
Yeah, that didn't really help the reputation.
It's sweatpants and guns don't mix.
No, not really. What happened after that? We had Black Friday, right?
Oh yes, dead Walmart shoppers.
No, dead Walmart employees, right?
No, yeah, dead Walmart employee.
Dead everybody. Massacre at Walmart.
Yeah, crazed Walmart customers.
Now, I have part of the news clip here. I'm going to push play, Dave, so you can push play too, I guess. I don't know how this works now.
No, I think
The savages.
Yeah.
The savages. What they did this morning, that's savages. That's not right. Kimberly Gibbs still can't get
Can you hear that? No, Dave.
Yeah, I can hear it.
You can
I'm
hear
hearing
that?
it. Yeah, Kimberly Gibb, man. She's talking it up. Savages.
Wow. All right. We're all high tech now. I actually hooked something up right. This is awesome.
Total fluke.
Yeah, that was totally by accident. I was like, all right, you push play, and then I'll push play at the same time, and then somehow it'll work out.
No, I think he could just hear you. He didn't push play.
I heard the click and everything, man. You got some serious
he just
speakers.
hears
and
what-
mics over there.
Oh, so you didn't hear the video.
No,
No, I heard everything. No, I heard the video.
He heard the video, but
Loud
he
and
didn't have
clear.
to push play. It just happened automatically. Like he can hear your computer for some reason.
I'm going to bed. I don't know what's going on. I'll be quiet now. What else happened?
Over what she witnessed this morning. This is cell phone video of EMTs surrounding a store employee trying to save his life. He died after being trampled by hundreds of Black Friday shoppers.
Now,
Did you just hear that?
I'm going to stay away from this.
was that Black Comma Friday or Black Friday?
Sounded like it was black period.
Yeah,
Well,
I refrain from this. No, I'm just kidding.
well, I'm looking at the picture here, and it was pretty dark in there.
This was in like Nassau County, right?
Yeah. Now, it was a Walmart. Like, what do they have at Walmart
Yeah.
that's worth murdering for?
I want some loose leaf paper. Like, I don't understand.
You know what
They
they
have-
do though? They screw you because they have like they advertise and like, oh, this TV is like $300, but it's like limit 5 TVs per store. So everyone's just running their ass off trying to get to these TVs, and they're just pushing people and it's shoving. I mean, I'm sure that someone's throwing a couple elbows, and obviously
For
someone's
me to have
dead
to
now.
get up at like 7 in the morning the day after Thanksgiving, it's got to be more than just a TV.
Yeah, that TV's got to be like 35 cents.
You'd be surprised what some people do for
That
a
TV
TV,
better
my
clean
friend.
my room or something.
But they don't even have good electronics there, though. It's like,
Yeah, it's like Panaphonics,
yeah,
Sony.
Zorny.
yeah. Seriously, like they have like shitty third-party electronics, and people are murdering over that.
Magnet box.
It's pretty much what it is. It's just like a picture of a TV show, like taped to the screen. It doesn't even work.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. And then they came up with Cyber Monday.
Yeah, I actually did that.
Yeah, you could buy anything good?
I bought a. It's like a mini fridge you put on your desk and hooks up to your USB port.
Ah, yes.
And,
one perfect one Coke right in there. That's,
Yep.
That's nice.
Exactly. So I actually all I did is shop for myself.
The spirit of giving to yourself.
I give a lot to myself. I'm very charitable.
You wrap your presents, put them under the tree. and open them
Exactly.
on Christmas. I love
Oh, that's
myself.
why the levels are so fucked up. I get it. There we go. That's a little better.
There you go.
I was adjusting the wrong one. I'm Mike 2 tonight. We're working out the kinks, folks. We'll get the hang of this.
We got to start you on the My Little Mixer, and then we're
Yeah, exactly. My first mixer, just like one giant knob.
on and off.
Yeah.
That's basically what we were doing before.
Jay has it set to pretty sounds.
I don't know. I need like an intern to come over and like push buttons for me while I do the show because I really just don't know what's going on.
I'm sure if you put something up at like, radio school, need an intern for a podcast,
get
you'd
like
probably
an
like have
NYU
100
intern.
people being like, oh,
Kramer did it.
Let's
in
do it.
Seinfeld, so I bet you can get one.
they can make him get a coffee for us
Yeah.
and beer.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, maybe I should put it.
Yeah, we need an
I wonder
intern.
if you could probably get college credit if you help out on a show.
Actually,
right?
I'm not coming back on the show till you get an intern.
See, with all your fancy equipment, you can like, see, look, this is professional.
Right. I'll just
I'll
take a
give
really
you coffee,
close.
bitch.
I'll take a close-up picture of all the equipment so that they can't tell that it's actually my bedroom.
What just happened? It got like 30 times brighter in here.
I have one like super light bulb that is like halfway screwed in. So like every once in a while the room will get really, really bright and then it'll turn off again.
That sort of freaked me out, but that's cool.
You got the cracked in lighting down to a science.
Yep.
It's the delayed light.
So now I have no idea if anything's working right anymore.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, because right in the middle of the show, I pushed like 30 buttons.
Yeah, our levels look lower now.
Yeah, they look way too low, actually.
Awesome.
Yeah, how about that?
Sounds good to me.
It always sounds good over the...
All right, the levels look better now.
Yeah, I think I just fixed it. All right, we're back, folks.
You're gonna have to label this one
work in progress.
Yeah, please be patient.
Yeah, it's low, it's high. All right, we're back. Okay. So anyway, we did all that shit. I made it to the volleyball finals last night.
Hooray!
Yeah,
Oh, nice, congratulations.
Thank you. What was it?
No,
Just sarcastic comment.
Ignore me.
And you were playing all the 13-year-olds?
Yeah. Kick their asses.
They were in wheelchairs too, by the way.
The net was 5 feet high. I was spiking it on my knees.
Jay was in the Special Olympics volleyball game.
Was the other team wearing helmets?
Well, it kind of was. We finished the season 22-2.
Wow.
And so the first round of the playoffs, the first team wouldn't play us. So we automatically advanced to the final.
You're like that team that we played a couple seasons ago where we didn't want to play them because they had like the 6'7" guy who just spiked it in our face.
Right. It's weird though because like everyone on my team is like old and out of shape, but like we just know how to
But
play.
you're in total shape.
No, I'm one of them. I'm one of them.
Yeah, I am too. When I played, it was the same way. Everybody was old and out of shape, and it was watching like slow motion volleyball going in effect.
Apparently, it was good enough to beat the other team,
Yeah.
which I don't know what it says about them. I think I was the second youngest one on the team at 30. So that's anyway. So the first team wouldn't play us, so we made it to the finals. We had
Like they all showed up and then they wouldn't play you?
no.
Wait, so one team didn't play you, and then all of a sudden you're in the finals?
There's only
It's like a 4-person tournament.
well, there's like there's 10 teams in a division, and the top 4 make the playoffs. So there's only like 2 rounds.
Gotcha.
So what happened is we played the 4th place team last week, and we only had 5 people, and we destroyed them. And I guess we hurt their feelings so bad that they just didn't show up for the playoffs. So we had a 2-hour break, and so me being the hungry guy I am, decided to go to the bar for food, and the 2 girls from the team went with me. One of the girls has the lowest tolerance I've ever seen in my entire life.
So she drank before the game?
Right, which I suggested she didn't, and she gave me this big speech about how she's a much better setter after a drink.
Because you already know she has a low tolerance?
Yeah, because last week we went out, she had 2 drinks, and she was shit-faced. I mean, completely smashed. To the point where I just wanted to choke her to death. Not even a little bit. And so she ordered a drink, and I'm like, really? Are you going to do that? And then she ordered, like, a burger and fries. I'm like, really again? Maybe you should not do that. And she's like, no, I'm such a good setter when I drink. So I'm like, fine, have your drink. And so then she orders a second drink. I'm just like, well, this is what happened last week where she couldn't even function, so this can't be good. So, I kept making like, she's like 45. I can't be like, bad girl and slap her hands and like take the drink. But, I was making comments. I was like, you want me to help you finish that? Or, you sure you want to do that? And, you're making me nervous. I wasn't like subtle about it, but, she drank it and she got shit-faced and then played like complete ass. And, so we're playing this other team and, both games went into overtime and we lost both games. And it was because.
So that was the end of the season?
Yeah. So that was the end of the season. So it was, I usually don't blame it on one player, but literally like they served it to her like 8 times in a row and she missed every single one. And it was like nothing we could do.
That season that we were on the same team, I mean, there were 1 or 2 players that I could blame all our losses on, I think.
Yeah. I mean, if you get an air ball swinging at a ball, like, if it doesn't go in the right direction,
Or that-
okay. But if you like totally miss the ball every single 100% of the time,
There was this one girl who, for some reason, she was always in front of me, and every time she would go for it until the last millisecond, and then kind of run away from it. So everyone was just basically couldn't do anything because she was there until the last second, and then she just
she was also kind of wide.
she looked at everyone else like someone else was supposed to get it, and landed an inch from her arm.
So that was fun. So I emailed the owner of the league and I said, "Girl showed up drunk to the finals and we lost. Don't put her on my team again."
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Someone's bitter.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, you don't go 22-2 and then lose unless something stupid happens, and something stupid happened, and plus she's annoying. I got an email from some other guy on the team that said he wanted to throw his water bottle at her the whole time.
Yeah. I guess it's hard to get a feel of how annoying she is, without actually meeting her.
Right, and then I'm not going through another 12 weeks of that shit. That was last week. It was. I'm just picturing her downloading this. Let's see what Jay's show is about. Oh, it's about me. Fuck.
Oh no.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You could say that about any friend, basically.
Yeah. Well, that's how I get listeners. They have to listen to see if I'm talking about them.
And if you are, oh well.
Well, then they'll keep listening to see if I do it again.
Yeah.
So, last week she had her 2 drinks and was shit faced, and she's like, "Listen to this beautiful singer on my iPod." So I put it on. It's like Elvis. I'm like, "Yeah, I think I've heard of him before."
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Well, check out this one. It's like another Elvis song." I'm like, yeah, that's Elvis.
Yeah.
He sure can sing. Well, check out this one. It's a third Elvis song. I'm just like, I'm done. We're done here. I'm leaving.
She's got one iPod with 10 Elvis songs on it.
Yeah.
And that is all.
That's it.
So, 2 more weeks. I start up again with a new team.
And a bunch more drunk old people.
Ugh.
So are you going to be on the team with the rest of the people, or just going to roll a random team again?
Me and the 2 best people, and then we moved up a division. So now we're sort of players. That's the name of the division. Before we
Sort of Players League.
Yeah, I think we were kind of casual before. It's players, sort of players, kind of casual, and then casual. Casual is retarded.
Yeah. I remember our team was awful and we were winning 15-0.
If you could get the ball over the net, you win. We were in the casual league and it was ridiculous.
It wasn't even fun. Winning is not fun when they don't hit it back. I served it once 13 times in a row, and I don't even have a good serve.
I didn't know people were that physically abnormal. That's not even normal being that uncoordinated. Apparently there's a lot of them out there. Apparently I have to play with some of them.
Watch you get into this new league, and it's going to be all these
I've seen
6'5" cats just all dressed up, ready to kick ass.
They're pretty hardcore. I know the highest league is pretty hardcore. I don't know about the one you're in.
I have a feeling I'm in a boatload of trouble.
Yeah, you're in for some pain.
Yeah, at least I gained 10 pounds before the season started.
Well, just remember, always get drunk before you play.
I might have to. I mean, I had my 2 drinks before the game, but, I was functioning. I think I played it pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I mean, 1 or 2 drinks should not affect your play that much.
No, to the point where you can barely stand? No. I don't.
Not at all.
So now I got to... I'm going to try and lose 40 pounds in the next 2 weeks.
You should tell her that being drunk makes you think you're a better setter, but in reality, you can't even stay erect.
Yeah, exactly.
She just fed her 2 more drinks and then have her pass out and throw her in her cab.
Yeah, sit on the side.
I would have. You have to have 2 girls on the court at the same time, and our best girl got injured. So it was there was only 2 girls left. Believe me, I would have fed her fucking drinks like there's no tomorrow if we had one other girl to replace her. What we should have done is just taken a penalty. If you only have 1 girl, then every 5th serve you lose a serve.
Oh, okay.
We might have been actually better off doing that.
Yeah.
We did that last week and beat that team to the point where they didn't want to show up for the playoffs. So.
Well, Better luck next 2 weeks, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna drop 40 pounds before the next season starts, and then I'll be able to jump 3 inches off the ground instead of 2, and that'll be the difference maker.
You should get those strength shoes that they had in like the early 90s. You ever see those?
Yeah. Oh, those ones they were wearing in that Beastie Boys video, the Alive video?
Yes. Those looked badass. I wanted a pair when I was younger so bad. I was like, Mom, I could jump so much higher.
I just go to work in that. It would take me like 3.5 hours, but it'd still be worth it.
Just hop until you're at work.
Yeah, exactly. And then I hop the whole time at work. I'm like doing filing. I'm just hopping back and forth. Everyone hates me.
Whatever, you'll be thin.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like I've been sick lately, so I couldn't go to the gym. And then instead of going to the gym, I ate Taco Bell. And apparently not going to the gym and eating more Taco Bell is a bad combination.
Yeah. It's very easy to make excuses not to go to the gym.
No, but I was like,
Yeah.
I have like 6 doctor's appointments. Like, literally 6.
All from eating Taco Bell.
Yeah, no, it was like, I don't know. It's ridiculous how many times they make you go to the doctor for like one thing, though. I might as well just say it because it's a funny story. My balls hurt for like 2 weeks. So I went to
right.
So I just I got new insurance. So I'm like, all right, I'll use my insurance.
Better take care of this ball issue I got going on here.
Right, exactly. Because I got freaked out because like I was watching like the Tom Green video where he now only has one, and I'm like, well, I want to make sure it's not that, and So I go to I'm picking out the doctors because I just got insurance, and I picked Daniel whatever. I'll go there. So I'm waiting in the office, and my doctor calls me into the room, and I realize it's not Daniel, it's Danielle. Boo! So, and she wasn't bad looking either. So I was like, all right. So like, I'm trying to like, I'm like, all right, well, she's like, what's bothering you? I'm like, well, I sprained my ankle a couple months ago, and I have like a sore throat, and my balls hurt.
Sneak that one in there.
Yeah. So then I get that checked out, and she's like, oh, well, just to be, I don't think it's anything, but just to be safe, you should go get an ultrasound. So I have to go to the next doctor to get the ultrasound, but he is just the consulting thing who sends me to the ultrasound. So now we're up to 2 appointments. Then I have to go to the actual ultrasound, which is a 3rd appointment. And then the second doctor wants to talk to me about the results, which is a 4th appointment. And then the original doctor wants me to come back and talk to her about those results. So that's a 5th doctor's appointment.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's fun. If my insurance doesn't cover it,
healthcare system's so fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. And if my insurance doesn't cover that, then I'm just finished. So I'll have to sell back all this equipment and quit the show.
I hope your insurance covers balls issues.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't see balls on the list, but
you're part of the balls plan. You're in the knee down plan right now.
You'd think they'd want workers with healthy balls there. So.
Where do you work where your ball health is in dire
because
need
you
of
can't concentrate on your work if your balls aren't okay. Every job should want healthy ball employees.
That's true.
It's very true. So yeah, so I got the ultrasound this morning, and once again I see all these frumpy old Jewish doctors calling in patients, and then my doctor walks out and it's like this hot Russian chick, and I'm just like, God damn it! Why are all these hot girls looking at my balls?
Yeah. They're jumping out. They heard.
I mean, normally it would be good, but it's really degrading when you're sitting there in that
it's very awkward.
that gown that shows off your butt, and just not fun.
You gotta let your ass breathe.
Yeah. The whole time I'm like, just please don't fart. Please go the next 15 minutes without farting. Or like, don't get a hard on. It's like, if either one of those happened, I would have just been like, all right, we're
That's
done.
what I would be afraid of, man. You got some girl, I don't know, like every time I think ultrasound, I think, they spray the goo on the girl's pregnant stomach and then they rub that thing over. I'm thinking, oh, damn, if some girl was like rubbing my balls with some like goo to put that thing on there. I'd
Yeah,
be
for like
damn.
20 minutes. If I wasn't freaking out so bad about farting, I probably would have got a boner.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. What an embarrassing week. This week sucked. I hate this week. It's only Wednesday. Fuck me.
Yeah, personally, like, I probably wouldn't, go to a doctor unless it was, like, unbearable, like, pain-wise. Like, it's just because of, like, I just want to avoid those.
Because of 5 doctor's appointments
Yeah.
and 2 girls seeing your nuts.
I just want to avoid those situations, like, unless I was, like, dead. I don't know, I just hate going to a doctor, which is weird because I am one.
Yeah, I hate seeing you too.
I don't know, man. I just moved here. I don't even have a doctor yet. I've been here for like, I don't even know, like 4 months now. I haven't even picked a doctor. I haven't done all that shit yet. So
the biggest dilemma is like if you're like really sick and you're too sick to like actually make it out of your room to like go see a doctor, but you think you need to see a doctor, but you can't get there. You're like, well, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, like when I destroyed my ankle. I was
Yeah.
like, well, I need to go see somebody, but I can't walk. So I'm gonna.
yeah, man. Whatever happened to house calls? That was like the thing back in the day.
Yeah,
They should start that up again.
it's called no one pays for it.
It's like, like you get Chinese food delivered, you get a doctor delivered.
Yeah, well, they're expensive enough when you go see them. Imagine how much it would be for a house call.
I just lay there naked on my bed. Look at my balls!
Yeah. If
What
I
a
was on
crazy
that
job
house-
that would be. Delivery doctor.
Yeah, if I was on that house call, I'd like murder you.
You
bring
call
it-
up, hey, I think there's something wrong with my balls. All right, we'll send this guy over right away.
I call
30
him up,
minutes or
"Can you-"
less.
I call him up. I'm like, can you pick up some Pringles on the way too?
Can I get some beer and cigarettes too?
They used to have this delivery thing in Boston.
Cosmo was the shit.
Yes,
I use that shit all the
you know
time.
that. It was like a delivery video store, but they also delivered food. So you can get like a Dr. Pepper, a Ben and Jerry's, and a video game. And it was the
Brilliant.
greatest. Yeah, it was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, well, they worked in Boston because you have about 1,000 college kids with all their parents' money, and they're just like, okay, we need Doritos, some beers, a pack of cigarettes, and Halo like right now, and boop, there it is. Some guy on a bike.
Just get so fucking stoned, and you just like list off all this ridiculous shit, and it all shows up. You need like a pound
Genius.
of popcorn. We need some cheese. We need 4
Funyuns
gallons of
and
soda
a
and
lot of
7
water.
movies.
Yep. Genius. Well, I thought there was this place when I used to live in Colorado when I was a little kid. It was a pizza / video store. And I used to think it was like the smartest business plan ever. You just have a video store out front, and then in the back there's a kitchen with guys just making pizza. They deliver it. And this was back in like, the early 90s. And that was like unheard of. You can order a pizza and a movie and it'd be there. It was the best thing ever.
Oh, they delivered the pizzas and the video?
Yeah, both.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, back when like VHS was it, you were just like pizza and a movie, all done, ready to go.
I don't know why they don't do that now. You'd think that would catch on.
Well, now the new thing is that you can order your Domino's through the cable box now. Did you hear about this?
I did, but what I want is not disgusting pizza delivery.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Can I order?
You gotta have a choice.
Yeah, can I order from the local pizza place through the Domino's website?
Can I get a large pizza without gross?
Yeah. Can I get a large pizza not from your establishment?
Can you go to Vinny's down the road and pick up a pizza? You stink.
Well, it used to be the big thing. This will tell you what a nerd I am. Used to be that you'd be able to order Domino's through World of Warcraft. Like when you're on like Warcraft, you could order a pizza through Warcraft and they'd send it to you. That
Oh,
was
really?
like
I
the
didn't know that.
How do you
geek
not
thing.
know about this?
Yeah, I know. I played that game for like 2 years.
big. See? Yeah, you could order it up right through there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's
I
weird.
probably would have done that.
You just get like a troll mage ordering pizza.
Yeah, because when
That's
you're
weird.
playing that game, you have no time to like talk to people and stuff. So it's
Right.
better to just order online.
You run into like a Domino's troll. You're like, yo, bitch, give me some pizza.
Yeah.
Can you do that in Warcraft 3? You'd be all set. No?
That's the next expansion.
Yeah.
You kill the Domino's man, the Noid.
Yeah.
I was gonna have an intervention for you, but then Then my balls got hurt.
The World of Warcraft intervention.
Yeah. I don't know how that would work, though. We just go in and uninstall it from your computer.
You turn the internet off.
We're like, done. We just pull the power cord out of the computer. We're like, all right, over.
You're
Emil
really
just shrugs
worried
and
about
turns
you.
it back on and starts playing again.
You have like a laptop in your bag, like a mini one, just ready to go in case.
He's like, that's right. I got a closet full of laptops.
Yeah.
They all have Warcraft on them.
We find you in the corner of Starbucks, just like hopped up on
Trying to grab
espresso and
Wi-Fi
World of
somewhere.
Warcraft.
What now, motherfuckers? He's on like a bicycle with a basket with a laptop in it. Mobile Warcraft. Oh, that's good stuff. Were you the one who recommended Hancock to me?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
Don't. And whoever
It looks
recommended
like
it
crap.
to me, I hate you. And you're never allowed to recommend movies to me again. It was stupid. It was sucked, right?
Yeah.
It sucked.
I was so
Everyone,
angry that I went online to see like what people thought of it, and apparently we're not the only ones. Like the first half was like tolerable, and then it just sort of fell apart. Like they sort of just came up with random stuff until it got stupider and stupider until you were like, really? Like, come on.
like 5 people told me that they liked it, and
I felt like they stopped writing halfway through the movie, and then they had a 5-year-old make the rest of it up.
I was having this debate at work. Why can't they just make a movie where it's like, if it's fun in the beginning, they just do that for the whole movie and it ends? Like, why do you have to have this like sentimental part?
It was somewhat okay in the beginning, like, and like if they finished the story, it would have been good. But they just, I don't know, like the explanation of everything was just totally retarded.
Well, it's like Wedding Crashers. Why couldn't they just crash weddings for an hour and a half and then the movie ends? Why do you have to have all this? I turned a leaf and now I'm a Family Guy. That's not fun to watch. Like if I want to watch a movie with depth, I'm gonna watch a movie with depth. But like, I don't watch Wedding Crashers for like its sentimental value. I watch it to watch Vince Vaughn get drunk and crash weddings. Like, same thing with Hancock. Like the first part of the movie, he was like drunk and just like fucking shit up. And then it's, I don't even know what happened after that because it got so fucking convoluted
was
and
like-
stupid. It was ridiculous. It didn't even make sense by the end of the
Well,
movie.
that was my problem with it. It just, I don't know. They just came up with random explanations, and then it sort of just ended.
Even if it made sense, it was it was horrible. And
Did you guys see Wanted at all? The Angelina Jolie movie.
no, that fucking Coming Attractions gives me an anxiety attack.
I
on
don't
that one.
I don't remember the coming attractions.
I'll wiggle my wrist and a bullet will curve and
Isn't that the Matrix?
That movie sucked. I saw that movie and it was terrible. And the way that they explained like the whole thing, just I had to like almost walk out on that. It was that bad.
it looked worse than that. It was just from the Coming Attractions. I can tell, like, a car is like spinning around multiple times, and like the guy ends up like falling through the door and like landing perfectly, and just all this like completely ridiculous shit.
There aren't a lot of movies where I see the coming attraction. I'm like, oh, I want to go see this, because it's always the same guy. It's like, in a world where like something crazy happens and then something stupider happens, and
If that was the
come
Coming
watch
Attraction,
me.
I'd see the movie.
Yeah, that's the best coming attraction I've heard all
In a
day.
world with something crazy and something stupid, and then the movie ends
That's true.
in theaters next week.
I feel like he says stuff like that, but it's not true. It's like, I don't know.
So whoever told me to go see Hancock,
You're a
try
cock.
try the thing from Wanted. Try to make the bullet curve, but on yourself. And yeah, that's it. Actually, right? Yeah. That should do it. Then I won't get any more stupid recommendations.
Yeah, I mean, there's a list of movies where people have told me to watch it recently, and I'm totally disappointed with it.
Actually, I'm gonna go on Netflix after the show, and I'm deleting every movie anybody recommended to me. Because so far, I'm like 0 for 9.
You know what movie I really want to see? Have you heard about the new Jean-Claude Van Damme movie?
He's still alive.
I think
Oh,
I
dude,
remember. I think I
he
saw.
he didn't direct it. He wrote, produced, and starred in a movie that was loosely based on his life, and I heard that it was actually like really good.
Double Impact 2.
No.
Bloodsport 2, man. That's what it's all about.
Was there a Double Impact too?
No.
Yeah, what is that?
Thank the Lord. It was Van Damme and Van
there was a
Damme
Double
as
Impact?
twin brother faggots who do karate.
There's a movie called Double Impact?
Yeah.
Huh.
And
Oh, yeah.
then they, like every Van Damme movie, he does this slow motion split where he screams while he's doing it. There's always conveniently like two chairs perfectly spaced apart.
Yeah, I know
and he
that.
jumps up and does the split and
Yeah.
goes, ah!
Yeah.
Yeah, but you gotta give John Cloud some credit, man. Bloodsport. You see Bloodsport?
Yeah, well, that one was good.
That was like back in the heyday when he was like the real muscles from Brussels, and like he was badass.
Well,
That movie was just hilarious.
My
I
problem
love
with
it.
everyone is that, like, yeah, he'll make someone will make like a couple of good movies, and then they'll give him like 13 more movies, and that's stupid because then they start making some real shit. They do that to every actor basically. Like if you're good in like 2 movies, then you get 13 more, no questions asked, basically.
Yeah, the license to bullshit that Adam Sandler won a golden ticket to.
Like there was a period,
Eddie Murphy.
like,
Mike Myers, the list goes on.
yeah, there was a period where Nicolas Cage was in every movie, like for 10 years.
Yes.
Yeah,
He was like the
Face Off.
hardest working actor of all time, working on like 4 movies at the same time.
Yeah, I mean it was like every season there was a Nicolas Cage movie.
In every movie, I talk monotone.
I know he's not.
I have
he's-
absolutely no range.
He should at
Nicolas
most
Cage.
have made 3 movies in his whole career. Like that's how much like range he has.
I'll just talk like this and give me $5 million, okay? Okay. I'm tired now. I'm
Yeah.
that mad at these movies.
There's a lot
Holy
of complaining here
shit.
we got at.
Yeah, well, that movie was just. I was so mad while I was watching it. And like, Peter
I don't
Berg directed like my favorite movie, Very Bad Things, and Charlize I've been in love with for like 14 years. So I'm like, all right, how bad can it be? Well, I found out how bad it can be.
I don't even think the acting was bad. I thought the acting was actually good. The writing was horrible though. Like
Yeah.
the story, like Will Smith is in a lot of movies, but a lot of them he does a decent job. But like some of them are just really bad movies. Like
Yeah, sometimes it's not the actor's fault.
I mean, I think Charlize did a good job acting too. It's just like whoever wrote the end of it should just be like banned from writing anything because it made no sense.
Although I do want Will Ferrell to play a bad guy just once.
Will Smith. I mean.
Who did I say?
You said Will Ferrell.
Errol.
I want Will Ferrell to
Yeah.
play a funny guy just once.
I want a host that's not totally wasted.
Well, I'm on my second drink.
I'm
and,
just kidding.
Where's the volleyball?
You're a 45-year-old woman.
Ugh, I feel like one. Well, I've been having to get up like 2 hours earlier to go to these stupid doctors and then
Yeah.
working all day. And they actually want me to do stuff. Jay, why are you always on the internet when you got work to do? Because I don't want to do the fucking work. Why do you think?
That was funny.
Why else would I be on the internet?
The internet is much funner than this job.
I hate your job. I do want the paychecks,
Yeah.
but I really hate your job.
Can I just stay at home and you just give me money?
I wish there was a job where you could surf the web for money. That would be
I
excellent.
think they actually have jobs. I mean, I don't know like how much money you get. I've actually heard of that. Well, it's like checking quality and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
probably get paid like
Yeah, you don't get paid. It's probably not as fun as it sounds.
it's probably a tenth of a penny per click, and you have to be on for like 15 hours to make the.
It probably just seems like work once you actually do that.
It's like all the people in China who play World of Warcraft and sell all the
Sell the
gold
gold,
on
yeah.
eBay.
Yeah, I'm like they're like, oh, I made $700 this week. I'm like, yeah, but you worked like 97
Yeah.
hours. I
I wasn't
win.
working, I was playing.
Yeah, it was so much fun killing the boars in the woods over and over and over
Yeah.
again.
That game is like a second job that you don't get money and yet you have to pay them for.
Pretty much.
So there's this huge article in Wired this month about the kid who started the internet gaming industry, or the gold commodity, like the gold
Oh, really?
exchange for World of Warcraft.
Oh,
and how he's making.
Was it the
you know,
guy that
$1
did it
billion
for that game or just in general?
No, it's just in general, but I mean, he set up like the whole commerce on it, but it's most of the money that he makes is from World of Warcraft.
Right.
And he has like a sweatshop in China with just guys just making tons of gold, and there's an exchange rate like every day. You know, it says like how much.
I thought
gold...
like, who the hell buys gold off the internet? And then my friend from like school, like, I hadn't talked to him in a while, and he's like, "Have you heard of this game called World of Warcraft?" So this was like after I'd already stopped playing it for a year, after I'd played it for like 2 or 3 years. So I'm like, yeah, I've heard of that game before. So anyway, he's telling me how he bought like this like power leveling service to like help him level, and then they got his account banned, so he had to buy the game again. Then he bought some gold. But this guy, this guy's kind of like one of those. He spends a lot of money, so like to him, it wasn't a lot of money. So he just kept like paying for people to like, forget him gold. I'm like, it's not real money. Like, I don't understand. Like, I liked it because it was like you earned everything you did. But like, if you're just gonna buy stuff, I mean, how fun is that? Like, that's stupid.
Well, I don't get the point of having somebody play the game for you. Like, then why play the game?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I mean, like, when I did have fun with that game, it was, more about achieving stuff. And then, like, if you just have someone level your character and then you buy gold, like, what does that mean? Like, that's nothing. Anyone can do that.
It's like back in the Nintendo days where you used the Game Genie and you did, like, the
I never used
invincibility
that
code.
thing.
I never did either.
Yeah, that was stupid.
It was like,
I mean,
Game Genie was awesome. What are you talking about? You get to fuck with everything.
I think I used it once or twice just to see stuff that, like, I knew I wasn't going to do, but I don't know. I mean, I just felt like, I wanted to do the stuff by myself. Like, that was the point of the game, I thought, Yeah,
if there was a funny, like, mod or edition on
yeah,
games,
like some of
you
the
gotta do
endings
that.
were funny that, like, you could never finish.
Or they had weird shit where, like, everyone has a wacky hat or something. But, like, the invincibility one where you just, like, hold to the right and, like, you win the game. Like, that shit's just stupid. I never got that.
Yeah, see, like, I agree with you. I mean, obviously you play the game, but the Game Genie made it awesome because then you didn't have to, because that was before the time where you could save shit, and it was like, I'd be playing Mega Man for like hours and I'd die, and I'd be like, all right, it's killed everybody, and now I have to start all over again.
Some of the games were like that. Remember Double Dragon? Like,
yes.
That was like one of the first games I've got, and I've still, I mean, I don't play it anymore, but like, I never beat that game. Like,
man, what's funny, when I was so into Nintendo when I was little, and I had my mom, when I beat that game, that and like Punch Out and all these other games, but like I made my mom take a picture of me next to the TV.
That game was so hard. Me and Jay were like, we play it, and like, I don't know, like I never could beat that game. It was totally impossible. I don't know.
It took me so long to do it. But when I did, I was like, "Mom, come over here, take a picture of me. Like, I got my video girlfriend back. Like, and like here I am, like this like little kid, like all pumped up that I just beat Double Dragon."
Yeah, and the main reason was there was no saves, because so every time you played it, you had to like start over again.
Yeah, and like after a while, that was what was so great about the Game Genie, because you'd be like, all right, I'm at level 7. I'm just going to start at level 7, and I don't need to give myself like the cheats or anything, but just go right to it and then just play from where you left off. Like Ghosts and Goblins, that fucking game. I spent so long trying to beat that game.
I remember that game. I don't think I played it too much, but
never made it past the first level.
That game was
it's
hard.
that hard.
That game was really hard. Yeah.
I got like almost all the way through it, and then I realized that on the last guy, you have to have the cross weapon, or else you can't beat the game at all.
That's ridiculous.
And like, yeah, it was like, haha, fuck you. You just spent all this time and you don't have the cross, and now you can't win the game.
Yeah.
So mad.
People don't realize how easy they have it now. Like, you could save literally like after every single
even like the
kill.
Old Nintendo games, like you could just download the emulators on your computer, and now you could like play them like saving it. Like, that helps out a lot.
Yeah,
big time. Yeah, well, the best was do you guys remember Dreamcast?
I still have that. That was the best system.
Best system of all time. I had a disc. It was Nestor DC. It was every single American, Japanese, and European Nintendo game ever made. Nice. And it had like the top 100 games of all time like listed, and you could play any game you wanted on your Dreamcast, and you could save it to the little like the Dreamcast save thingy.
That's awesome.
And it was like I played that thing exclusively, like just hours and hours. I think that's the reason why my old roommate flunked out of college. I'm not even joking.
No, I mean, like there's a lot. I mean, like this World of Warcraft, and there's a bunch of other games. Like people can just totally spend their whole life like doing it.
Dreamcast was huge in Japan until 2 years ago. They were making.
There's still like independent people making games for the Dreamcast. Like if you look it up online, there's guys like releasing games today that they made in their fucking basement for Dreamcast.
That's a great system.
Yeah, it's awesome. But now Sega's done now. They can only make video games.
Yep, and they only make them for Nintendo, and
because that was part of the buyout. I think there was a Nintendo that bought them. I think it was.
Yeah, Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they couldn't make any consoles anymore, so they just make Sonic now. They just own the Sonic franchise.
Well, for the listeners who don't like video games,
Yeah, let's move on.
Moving on.
Yeah.
I end up talking about video games like every other episode.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't like video games.
Video games are awesome.
I'm like, well, I like video games. It's my show.
Well,
so-
it's your podcast. So.
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, you either talk about your balls getting,
Yeah.
down, or you can live another life
So
and
we
play
started
video
talking
games.
about video games to change the subject from balls. So now we got to change the subject from video games.
If that doesn't get any feedback on the forums, that I don't know what will.
We're gonna have a whole list of all their ball stories, and just that's all it's gonna be. Although one of the best things in the world is seeing someone getting kicked or nailed or hit in the balls by far. Funny Stone videos, they are the biggest fans of
It's
ball
always a
hitting.
hit.
It's one of those classic things that it's just funny almost every time.
Yeah, I mean, you try not to laugh, but then it's hard because you're human and it's fun.
It's like it's stupid comedy, and like I don't want to laugh at it, but if somebody gets really whacked in the balls, it's fun.
It's hilarious. It's like the episode of Simpsons where they were doing the best, like they're giving away the Oscars, and
Yep.
and Homer's was man gets in the ball with football.
It was like a film festival. I remember that.
Yes.
Yeah,
He's like, it works on so many levels. That's my favorite line.
It's so true. It's so
it
true.
was Mole Man, and he just like keels over.
Yeah.
And when it's a skater getting hit in the balls, it's twice as funny for some reason. I just
Rail grinds and balls.
Yeah, I just get some sort of weird satisfaction of watching skaters destroy their balls. So since you're, I wanted to ask you this, since you are living with your girlfriend. My girlfriend has been saying she wants to move in. What do you think about that?
I think you need to think long and hard, my friend. I think, I don't know. I mean, it has its advantages, but...
Name one. That was a long pause.
No. I mean,
it's
good. It's better than I thought it would be. At the beginning, I was scared to death. I didn't want to do it because I'm a man who enjoys his freedom, and it's something that you kind of have to just either bite the bullet and do it and see, okay, is the relationship going to go anywhere, or am I going to want to kill myself after 2 weeks? And when I first moved down here, I mean, it was a lot of new shit. Like, not only did I move from Boston to New York and start a new job, but I was also moving in with my girlfriend, and like it was like brand new life.
That was the first time you guys lived together?
What's that?
That was the first time you guys lived together?
Well, she crashed on my couch in between jobs for like a month, but it was never like that because I had my roommates there, and she was always out like working and stuff, and it wasn't. We really didn't get a chance to like hang out as much as like she just kind of like slept over, But now that we're living together, it's weird. Like, I don't know. Like, I never realized like how little I ever did the dishes until I moved in with my girlfriend, and now it's like every other day. It's like, are you gonna wash your dishes? Are you gonna wash your dishes? And maybe I was just a prick roommate that never did that, but it's like little things like that you gotta watch out for. It's just like those little things, and some days it's really good. Some days, you just want to kill yourself. Luckily, I have like my own little sanctuary downstairs, so if I need to get away from everybody, I got like my studio and my computer and like a little bit of privacy to just kind of like get away.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're like in if you're like in a studio, or if you're in a one bedroom and there's no private area to like kind of just escape to when you get pissed off, or when you're getting yelled at and you're just like then it's a little tougher, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, the thing is, like, my girlfriend lives like an hour and a half away, so like she comes on the weekend and she stays for the whole weekend, which is cool. But sometimes I like to just play Xbox for a couple hours, and
right.
Like she says she's cool with it, and she probably is, but I feel weird doing that, knowing she like made the trip to come.
Yeah, that's true. When you live together, you won't feel as bad.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, like if she's living here, will I actually have more time to play Xbox? Because I'll be like, well, I saw you all week, so now I'm going to,
Be normal.
play games and do all my stupid shit.
I mean, I feel like you've already had like your trial. I feel like maybe a little less than half the week she's here. So I mean, you've gotten a taste of what it's like. So
I'm just wondering if it'll be worse or better
I mean,
or the same.
It'll be different. That's all I can say. Like, I mean, I guess I could say in some aspects it's better, and in other aspects it's worse.
Now, are you being diplomatic because she may or may not download this?
No, honestly, like, I mean, I would tell you right now if I were like wanting to kill myself, but at the beginning, I did. I was like, I can't stand this. Like, I'm getting bitched out for, leaving the toilet seat up. I'm getting bitched out. I mean, granted, I'm kind of a
sound
slob.
like a slob, yeah.
But, I mean, it's
mad because I just peed where I was standing, and,
yeah.
She actually wanted me to flush after
when
I
you walk,
shit.
when you come home and your place starts smelling like candles and like potpourri and shit, and that's a little weird at first.
Mm-hmm.
But
I guess
overall,
it's better than
it's
like
not
dirty socks and rotting food.
dirty socks and old pizza boxes and
Yeah.
beer. I don't know. I guess it was time. Like, I lived kind of with two other of my like best buddies in Boston, and we had kind of a, it was almost like a mini frat house. We just kind of had people come over, chill out. We drank almost every night. It was just like much more of like a chill, relaxed, like guys area. And when you move in with your girlfriend, that type of stuff just kind of, you need to kind of phase that out. Like when I do the dishes, when I eat, I do my dishes right afterwards, and you just learn how to do like shit that I probably should have learned how to do a long time ago. But now I'm like doing it. So plus it's kind of cool in the fact that like she does my laundry sometimes. Like she'll be like, "Oh, I did some whites for you," and you're like, "Oh, sweet, okay." Like don't have to wear the same fucking socks again. All right. So a few little bonuses in there.
Here's the plan, all right? If my girlfriend moves in, her and your girlfriend are going to become really good friends. And
Yes.
then they'll go over each other's places, and then we'll go to the opposite place and just make a mess and eat pizza.
And then we can invite him back over and clean up after us.
Right. We're like, all right,
Swap.
we've maximized the mess. You can come back now.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny? Because I'm living with Allie's best friend, B, and her fiance, Scott. And so it's like two couples in the same apartment. And it's funny because when I first moved in, I didn't really know them all that well. But now Scott and I are like best buddies. And we hang out and play Xbox downstairs all the time. And Allie and B watch their, Project Runway and shit upstairs. And it's awesome. It's like, I come home, I come downstairs, I hang out with Scott, play some Xbox, maybe some blaze and drink some beers, and then go upstairs and like, oh, hey, what's up, babe? You ready for bed? Okay.
Time for sex.
Da-ding. So it's not so bad.
All right. Well, all right. That's what I need. I need a best friend in a close location. And then
Yeah, man. I know how it is. Anytime you need to just get the hell out of Dodge, just call me up. Just jump on a train, get your ass over here, and we'll play Xbox and make a mess. It'll be like your sanctuary.
Sweet. Yeah, we gotta get the girlfriends to get along also. I think
Yeah, it's always better when your girlfriend has another girl to hang out with, and you come home and it's like, what are we doing tonight? Oh, I'm going out with girlfriends. Oh, great, have a great time. I'm gonna sit here and chill out and play Xbox and do whatever the fuck I want.
I'm gonna fart for 45 minutes straight and not feel guilty.
Actually, you know what? That's one thing that you'll eventually learn not to give a shit about either. I fart in front of Allie all the time, and I don't give a shit anymore.
I'm at the point where I'm like, I can't keep leaving the room. I gotta just like start farting. So it's coming. Probably next time she comes over. I think I'm done with all this.
Lucky girl.
Yeah. It's like, hey,
Yeah,
I think we're at the point of relationship for this. And she's like, oh, is he gonna ask me to marry him? And I was like,
This is why we're here. This is why we're here. See the thought process and the male-female perspective. Is he going to ask me to marry him? No, I'm going to fart in your face and look at your reaction and see what your deal is.
time for the Dutch oven. I asked her if she knew what a Dutch oven was, and she said yeah. So, game on.
Oh, okay.
That's almost like an invitation. So.
Yeah, or she's thinking that it's a place where you cook like strudel.
Yeah, you know what? She may not actually know.
No, I made her explain it, and she knew. And I was like, how do you know that? Because she's not from this country, so like I didn't know Dutch oven was like a universal thing.
It's an international known thing.
I actually didn't know that. And I
Do you know what it is?
Well, now I do.
Oh.
I've inferred.
No,
Well,
do
there
you
you go.
really not know what it is?
No.
Okay, it's when you're laying in bed with a girl and you fart and then you pull the covers over your head so you're stuck with the smell under the covers.
Yes.
That's the touch of it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Because your farts don't smell as bad to you.
Right.
So that's what makes it funny.
Or the fact that you're putting somebody else's head under the covers and making them smell your fart.
Yeah, that's the brilliance of it. That's one step down from getting hit in the balls. Is forcing somebody else to smell your farts.
See, like, Allie and I are at the point now where it used to be if I farted in front of her, she'd be like, oh, don't do that, that's gross, like, blah, blah, blah. And now I just do it, and it's just, like, accepted.
Mhm.
It's just like, you know what's going to happen. I might get, like, a dirty look or, like, oh, man, but you know what? It's going to happen, and if you're not cool with it, then obviously we're not meant to be together.
So it's like you just got to wean them onto it.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much just was like, one day I don't know, had probably some Taco Bell, and I just like, whoops, didn't mean for that to happen. And once the seal was broken, it was like, oh, all right, I'm gonna keep doing it. It's all done now. You don't know what you just did. Open the door. So yeah, that's one topic you'll have to learn to broach, and there's a whole bunch of other little shit, but that's a big one.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, doesn't sound too bad. I'll have to work on getting the buddy around first.
Yeah, well, that's always good. Always have something else to do. I used to lock myself in the basement and spin records when I was like, I don't want to deal with this crap anymore. Oh, and TV. Make sure you always have another TV around, because once you start arguing for the remote, it's no good, man. She always wins.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing. I have the TV, and then I download everything that I want to watch. So I
Okay,
can
there
always
you
just like lock myself in my room, give her the living room.
Yeah, I pretty much just said, listen, Sunday is my day that I get to watch TV, and I'm going to watch football, and I'm going to hang out here, and you can have it probably any other day of the week you want, but I'm going to watch football and hang out and drink beers on Sundays, and, you know, that's that. So that's where I put my foot down.
Now, is it wrong to write out a whole contract? Like, I want to...
The guy online who wrote the contract, that was great.
What? I didn't hear about that. What?
Oh, sorry. Did you hear about that guy online who wrote the contract, the premarital contract or whatever? And it was like, you must, have sex with me X amount of times a week, and you must clean up X amount of time. Like, it was hilarious.
He sounds like my hero. I think I'm gonna have to whip up something like that though.
Yeah, I'm looking it up. I know I saw it on the Smoking Gun somewhere. I'm gonna have to find it. Hold on.
Is that where? Oh no. All right. Well, while you're looking for that, I want to talk about. You didn't see this either, did you? All right. This is the funniest thing. This guy got a bill. All right, and he decided to just fuck with the people who sent him the bill. So he got this letter that said, "Dear David, our records indicate that your account is overdue by the amount of $233.95. If you have already made this payment, please contact us within the next 7 days to confirm payment has been made and applied to your account and is no longer outstanding. Yours sincerely, Jane Gillis." So this guy writes back. This guy's my hero, by the way. "Dear Jane, I do not have any money, so I am sending this drawing of a spider I did instead. I value the drawing at $233.95, so I trust that this settles the matter. Regards, Jane." And it's the greatest picture of a spider. It's got a smiley face.
That looks awesome.
Like an MS Word spider.
"Dear David, thank you for contacting us. Unfortunately, we're not able to accept drawings as payment, and your account remains in arrears. Okay. Of $233.95. Please contact us within the next 7 days to confirm payment has been applied to your account and is no longer outstanding. They're so nice. Yours sincerely. Dear Jane, can I have my drawing of a spider back then, please?
Regards, David.
Dear David, you emailed the drawing to me. Do you want me to email it back to you?" They're actually like going along with this. "Yes, please. Regards, David." So she attached the spider drawing back. Says, "Dear Jane, Are you sure this drawing of Spider is the one I sent you? This spider only has 7 legs, and I do not feel I would have made such an elementary mistake when I drew it. Regards, David.
It has 6 legs.
No, there's 7.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yes, it is the same drawing. I copied and pasted it from the email you sent me on the 8th. David, your account is still overdue by $233.95. Please make this payment as soon as possible. Yours sincerely, James. Thank you for contacting me. I am currently away on leave, traveling through time, and will be returning last week. This guy.
This is like when you decided to fuck with that guy.
Yeah, I'm going to start that up again, too. Scamming those scam. I just got a new scammer email, so I'm going to start that again.
Another Nigerian prince.
Yeah, exactly. There's a whole thread on the forums where I fucked with this guy for like 2 months straight, and then I sent him the nastiest email ever. I just like ruined his life. So I tried fucking with him again from a different email address, and he changed the entire way he does things now. He has me call somebody who speaks better English to confirm I'm like serious and stuff.
That's great. I just sent you the marriage proposal or the marriage contract.
Cool. We'll get to that next. Returning last week. Hello. I am back, and I have read through your emails and accept that despite missing a leg, that drawing of Spider may indeed be the one that I sent you. I realize with hindsight that it is possible you rejected the drawing of a spider due to this obvious limb omission, but did not point it out in an effort to avoid hurting my feelings. As such, I am sending you a revised drawing with the correct number of legs as payment for the amount outstanding. I trust this will bring the matter to a conclusion. So there's the extra leg. Dear David, as I've stated, we do not accept drawings in lieu of money. 4 accounts outstanding. We accept check, bank check, money. They're so like cordial still. This is like, please make a payment this week to avoid incurring additional fees. And then David writes, I understand and will definitely make payment this week if I remember. As you have not accepted my second drawing as payment, please return the drawing to me as soon as possible. It is silly of me to assume I can provide you with something so completely without value. Waste your time and then attach such a large amount to it. Blah, blah, blah. So she sent the spider back, and that was it.
You could have kept going.
He probably could have. Sometimes people like just don't get it for so long that like you get bored.
Yeah.
Like the guy I destroyed, I got bored with him after. Yeah. Well, it took me 2 months, but I got bored eventually.
Yeah. Well, it sounded like these guys were trying to be as professional as possible, but I think I'd have lost it. I would have just been like, "You're out of control."
This guy, this looks like a funny marriage proposal. But is he like not English or like what is this?
Well, it's written by him, so it's really shitty, but it's really bad.
During
it goes into like a lot of really bad stuff. Contract of wifely expectations. Okay. It's all broken down. Hygiene and self-care, clothes and other apparel, sleepwear and sleeping, my time.
You will shave every 3rd day.
Yeah.
Which includes chest?
Chest, legs, and pubic area.
Whoa,
which in parentheses it has navel to anus.
Navel to anus. So her taint has to be silky smooth.
Yes.
She has to shave her chest? Does she have hair?
I don't know. But did you read the second part? Above
no,
your
I'm stuck on the hairy
slit,
breasts. Wait a minute. She has to shave her chest every 3 days.
Yeah. It's a little scary.
Okay, well, it also says that she can have a patch of pubic hair in any shape she wants. So, he's a nice guy.
He's a reasonable guy.
But it must be centered above your vaginal slit, and it must measure no greater than 2 inches by 1 inch, and will maintain a hair of length of less than 1/3 of an inch.
Oh, so it's like, that's really tiny, actually. Okay.
But my favorite are at the very bottom of the first page. It's like my time, and then it says during my time you, and it has a list of will not, and there's stuff of what you will do. And the will not is great because the very first one, and I almost wish I could put it in my contract. It says argue about anything with me or to me, complain about anything to me or about me, cry, sob, whine, or pout. 4, sigh, moan, balk, or otherwise show displeasure or unhappiness.
So basically everything that women do.
Right.
They can't do.
I'm going to print this out and give this to my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then you'll be single.
During my time, you will be subservient, submissive, and totally obedient.
You should give this to Kevin. I don't know.
Be
You'll do what
cheerful
you
and
ask
enduring
when-
toward
If you give this
Exactly.
to Kat, can you make sure it's nowhere near my room?
You should just post it on the door of the apartment
Yeah.
and say, sign first.
Can you
before
warn me so I
moving."
can lock my door?
Perform any and all sexual acts, excluding anal penetration and or ingestion of cum when told to. So she doesn't have to swallow. Oh, okay.
It's lenient. It's really lenient.
Yeah, she has the option to spit or swallow. That's this guy isn't so bad after all.
They even give her good behavior days.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, this thing's 4 pages long. There's 4 pages of this. That's what's so great about it. It's so in depth.
Oh, I thought
Misbehavior
that-
and
Oh,
non-compliance.
there's more pages.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
wow. This guy's insane.
I thought the other 3
Yeah,
pages were
the
comments.
first page was enough.
That is awesome. Oh, there's a whole section on shaving. Okay. Underarm, legs. Oh, he doesn't have the chest on the. Is she supposed to shave him on the first page? Or did he just add the chest like? All right, here we go. Above your vaginal slit, you can have a rectangular patch. It must be centered above your vaginal slit. And blah, 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 blah. Any other shape or design that is centered above your vaginal slit. He's really all about the centering above the vaginal slit. Hopefully it's a straight line vagina, because if it's at an angle, he might have some problems here.
I just caught like a really great misspelling on the last page, on the last section, quarterly negotiations. And it says, by the first day of each quarter, you must choose how to keep track of your good behavior days. You will either be given actual paper that you are responsible for returning for to be redeemed, like coupons, or you can use them and track on the computer. And the next sentence says, by the end of the 5th day,
That's funny.
of each quarter, you are to choose your pet name that you want me to use to call you by. This choice must meet my approval, and non-compliance will be a 20 good behavior day loss.
Wow, did this guy get arrested or something?
Yeah, I guess she sued him or something. The whole story is at the first page. I don't know. Like I think she posted it online to be like, this guy is a complete ass.
You are to pose for 20 photos per quarter on demand. Unless your quota is filled.
Wow.
Outfits, toys, and poses will always be chosen. Always is underlined.
If this guy was joking around, this is pretty funny.
If he's not joking around, it's funnier. I think.
Well, no, it's not, because in the beginning it says, this country, as you know, is filled with deranged. And then there's Travis Frey, a 33-year-old Iowa man who's facing charges that he tried to kidnap his own wife, not to mention a separate child pornography rap.
Child pornography. I wonder if the 8-year-old girls have to shave according to their vaginal slit, too.
They probably don't have much to shave, I'm guessing.
Apparently
Good
they
point.
used this during trial to show how like out of control he was. I'm just reading this like real
People's
quick.
exhibit.
Did he
Yeah.
point to, during my time, Article 5, where she does not have to ingest cum? 'Cause that would be my defense.
Yeah. Oh.
When we are in bed together, I can cuddle, spoon, hold, or touch you in any way, as long as it did not excessively disrupt your sleep. See? He doesn't want to, excessively disrupt her sleep. Wow. So she was, like, he was good enough to marry? Or, like, get engaged to? Like, did he all of a sudden go insane? Or, like, how did it even get to this point?
I don't know, but I'm just curious to see like if his wife actually signed this. It says his wife, so I'm assuming that he drew it up.
So she actually married him.
Yeah, there must have been some clues before this.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can't feel too bad for a woman who marries a guy like this, because I really doubt that he was that
Yeah,
sane for that
I'm
long.
guessing it didn't come out of nowhere.
You don't just instantly flip out like this. I mean, he was obviously... And look at his picture. He's a creep. He is a
He
complete
is
creep.
sketch.
So, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you can't feel bad for these people. I mean, I don't know.
I just thought it'd be a good thing to let you know about. You should show that to her and be like, "See, I'm only demanding half of these things."
Yeah, this is. I should definitely post these. That is funny. Okay, here's Man, I really wanted to get the. So this lady didn't apparently listen to the podcast where I was exposing scammers because she lost. Well, let's just listen to the story real quick.
As part of our On Your Side philosophy, we warn you about scams and ripoffs. And tonight, On Your Side investigator Anna Song has a story about the ultimate scam that built a local woman out of $400,000.
How did she have
$400,000?
She had $400,000, and she.
What?
That's crazy.
It's not the ultimate scam. It was the normal scam that everyone gets that deletes it, but she's retarded.
What, the Nigerian
what
scam?
Did she
Yes,
wanted,
it was the Nigerian scam.
So she wanted more money. She had $400,000, and she wanted more money.
Yeah, apparently. No, it gets really funny. It gets really funny.
They have 1,180 emails.
It started, as it almost always does, with an email.
I'm here as an official assignment with President Bush and the FBI director, Mr. Robert Mueller.
Okay, so you think Bush emailed you. See, this lady deserves it. She is just a fucking idiot. She looks like a stupid old woman, too. Like, yeah, President Bush is involved in your Nigerian scam. The header says, like, Nigerian scam on it. Well, it doesn't really, but, you know, it's all right.
Promising $20 million. The money supposedly left behind by a relative of Janella Spears, with whom the family had lost contact over the years.
So that's what got me to believe it.
Janella didn't know.
That's what did it.
Sold.
It's a relative you don't know. Oh, well, all right. It must be. I must be related to millionaires, you know?
How the sender knew the name of J.B. Spears, but her curiosity was piqued.
They say, this is your account number. You have $150,000 that you can get out of this account if you pay me $100. Okay, so why wouldn't you send over $100?
Because they have your account number.
Why wouldn't you send over $100 when some random stranger emails you and says, "I'm going to give you $20 million"?
I got to email this cunt. Be like, no, I'm your cousin. I want $100. And then,
well, you know, like, it's people like her which will never end spam. Like, spam will always happen because there's that diamond in the rough who's going to be complete idiot and send somebody all their money.
Well, it only has to work once. $400,000 in Nigeria. That's the guy's like a billionaire. The guy owns Nigeria now.
Oh, man.
Received phony certificates from the Bank of Nigeria promising irrevocable payment guarantees of $12 million.
All right. During this article, they show pictures, and it just says, like, guaranteed $12 million. Like, there's no, like, officiality to this at all.
A letter from a UN spokesman on UN letterhead, no less, saying $26.6 million would be transferred within 5 minutes into her Washington Mutual account, but only if she paid the $8,300 fee.
So in 5 minutes, if you didn't get money, wouldn't you stop and not send another $390,000? And I can get UN letterhead right now if you want me to. I mean, I'll just Google it, and I'll have it coming out of my printer in about 3 minutes. Like, you stupid cunt.
Note the misspelling of minutes.
To me, interesting, you know.
When Spears actually began to doubt the validity of the scam, she promptly received letters from the president of Nigeria, FBI Director Robert Mueller, and President George W. Bush. Robert Mueller writes,
Oh, you don't believe me? Here, my buddy George Bush will email you and confirm.
Let George vouch for me. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Transaction you have with the Central Bank of Nigeria or any bank within Nigeria is noting but legal. President Bush tells her an even more elaborate story about a terrorist apprehended at the Heathrow Airport in England with funds valued at $12 million as he attempted to launder funds to Iran for capital T terrorist activities. The messages, by the way, are from email addresses like USA White House at myway.com.
Okay. The president has a fucking my way. The guy is like, just, send the check to President Bush at myspace.com and,
Go to his Facebook and friend him. And...
USA White House.
And FBI_investigates 2007 at yahoo.com.
A Yahoo email address that says FBI. You stupid old bitch. How did she even figure out how to check her email? Seriously.
I love how the newscasters legitimately pointing out all the ridiculousness in this whole thing.
Yeah, but they're trying to make it sound like
Anyone
this lady
could-
was victimized.
Yeah, anyone could fall for it.
She is just an idiot.
See, I think they're doing the opposite. I think they're trying to make her sound like a complete moron. I mean, she's like, note the spelling of minutes and Hearthrow Airport.
Yeah.
It's like,
I hope so. I hope they agree that she's a complete idiot.
I'm sure they do.
She
Sure, the
is.
rest. Hopefully, the rest of America does as well.
Now she has no money.
Using this non-government address, because our computer has a worm.
Right out of the gate,
They told her her computer has a worm. When she said, I didn't get the money, they said your computer has a worm. No, I don't believe that really happened. I'm going to go back.
I can't believe I haven't heard about this. This is amazing.
right out of the gate, the scammers got $20,000 from Spears. Over 2.5 years, they bilked her for amounts ranging as low as $50.
2.5 years. These people were getting like weekly checks from this old bitch. Every time she's like, no, it's a worm. The money will be there. Just, send another 10 grand. This lady is an abomination.
And as high as $14,000. It all added up to $400,000.
You kept believing them because they kept telling you that this was the last step. This is going to be the end.
Right, this is the last step. This is going to be the end.
Spears had never thought of herself as foolish. She is a registered nurse. She teaches CPR, and she's a reverend. With a husband who's deaf.
God help. This story just gets funnier and funnier. Now the husband is deaf. He's like signing his story about how his wife is the stupidest bitch ever.
It's all his money too, and he's just like, what are you doing?
Oh, wait.
Spears is fluent in sign language and has officiated weddings for deaf couples. The scammers exploited her compassion.
This is the guy, Dr. Andy, who was the doctor of the lady who had cancer.
And Spears admits she became obsessed with somehow making it right.
You are not a sucker.
No.
What? Liar!
Yeah, untrue.
Wow.
She is nothing but a sucker. She is the suckerest of suckers.
Just be a lollipop.
Yeah, she is the blow pop of suckers.
Typical sense.
Now, I'm not a typical sucker, and you're sitting there going,
I'm not a typical sucker. I'm the biggest sucker on the planet.
She's above average.
Dumbest shit in the world.
I am the number one sucker
She's extraordinary
ever.
at sucking.
Goddamn.
how can I fall for something like that? Because, like I said, they all have these promises saying that they are going to come through and that they're sorry that this has happened to me and this is how it's going to get fixed.
Is it greed that blinded her?
Yeah, I think it was. Just the idea that she was going to be, a multimillionaire.
This undercover investigator with the Oregon Department of Justice who worked the case says Spears is the worst case he's seen. Often, he says,
of a human being. They cut that part out.
His victims become obsessed, ignoring all the warning signs.
There was a lot of people that told her. The FBI agents told her. The local authorities in Sweet Home told her. I told her. The bank investigators told her. Everybody told her.
All right, so
she's getting told by all these people.
Investigators, her accountant, her husband, everyone told her. So this is not a scam anymore. This is like
obsession.
This is like you're just a stupid old lady.
It's
who
like
just
people with
doesn't know what to
gambling
do.
problems. Like they just keep doing it.
Yeah, but at least you have a chance to get your money
Yeah.
back with gambling. So this lady was warned for years.
And she just kept doing it.
Spears has a husband who can't even hide his anger. He tells us he gave up a long time ago trying to convince his wife this was a scam. She spent 2 years' worth of her own salary, borrowed against their home and car, which had been paid off, and drained his retirement fund.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
I wouldn't be able to contain my anger either.
She would be nothing but a black and blue.
That's ridiculous.
I
thought she had the money like laying around for some reason, but she she like mortgaged all the stuff in her life.
I'm not a violent guy, but I would punch her until she was liquid.
Why wouldn't you just be like, all right, see you later. I'm going to get my own checking account. Bye.
Yeah.
Well, they're married. I mean, it's hard.
Yeah, she takes out $1 for this shit. You'd be like, bitch, knock it off. Like, she drained his entire retirement fund.
Comfortable because the retirement that he was dreaming of cruising and going around and seeing America, is pretty well gone for him right now.
As Spears,
she's like all like, oh yeah, all his life dreams, they're gone. Like, because she's all like nonchalant about it, and he's just sitting there like glaring at her while she's like signing it while she's.
I can't believe he's still there. I mean, like,
she's signing it just so he can hear it.
Yeah,
or see it.
Just making sure you realize the scope of what I've done to you.
Tries to pick up the pieces of what's left.
Wow, I got $3.
She's sharing her story in the hope she can help some.
Oh man, time to check my email. I got $3
wow,
to send them.
$3. Here you go, Nigeria.
Can I have my $20 million if I send you $3? I just returned 60 bottles.
Someone else avoid the same mistake.
The hope is that they're not going to fall as hard as I fell.
Nobody will fall as hard as you fell. You are the biggest dummy.
Spears estimates it will take her at least 3 or 4 years to dig out of the debt that she created with this Nigerian scam. For more information on how to avoid becoming a victim of a scam, head to the Inside Case.
Go to don'tbeadummy.com. So, not only did she spend all the money, she actually went into debt for it.
Wow. Well, you know, when the president of Nigeria sends you a letter and the bank and President Bush
yeah.
from a Yahoo address tells you you're going to make $20 million, why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah, I want to do it right now.
George W. Bush at hotmail.com.
Mr. Prez at google.gmail.com.
Oh, man. I love how she just threw, you're not a sucker. No, I'm not.
Yeah, she's not God. Like, she's extraordinary in how much of a...
See, this is why we suck in America, because here we go, telling America, you know, you're not a sucker. You just got scammed. No, I want my people to be like, you are an idiot. Like, editorial, you're a moron. People out in the world don't do this.
They should. They should have the reporter go to the house and be like, so you're retarded? Borderline. You are stupid, though, right? Like, there's something wrong. You got dropped. Like, the real White House, serious this time, at netzero.net.
Yeah, but 2.5 years, like, how...
Yeah, I know. It wasn't even just like a one-time thing.
That's one of the best stories ever. I love that story.
It's insane. I can't even believe it.
The sad thing is I can believe it. Wow, that's sad.
I mean, there must have been a point where she, like, I mean, how could she not be like, wait a second?
This is why old people should just pack it in after a certain age. Yeah.
Or not be allowed to use the internet.
Yeah, seriously. After you hit a certain age, just unplug your computer and read a book and watch Matlock.
Well, you know, part of it's, you know, like, it's true that, like, maybe older people don't realize that anything can be fabricated now. Like, you know, it takes like 3 seconds. Like, you're right. I mean, if you want to forge a fake document, it takes like 5 seconds. You know, maybe in the 1920s, like, it took a lot longer than that, and, you know, it wasn't as easy to do.
The thing is, the old people are either one extreme or the other. Like, my grandma won't buy anything on the internet because she thinks everything's a scam. So she won't even go to Amazon.com because she's, like, afraid of getting her identity stolen. But then there's other people where you just say, like, oh, you're my grandma, give me $100,000. There was another podcast I was listening to where he was doing another story about how people would just say that they were related and try and get money. So he randomly called an old lady, and he convinced her that he was her grandson. And
what?
Yeah, like, people are that stupid. He's just like, hey, grandma, this is your grandson. And she was like, Johnny? He's like, yeah, Johnny.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's like, give me money. That's what he said.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, I think that better wraps it up for today.
I'm just more dumbstruck. Like, I'm just dumbfounded
I know.
right now. I can't even say
Yeah,
anything.
I'm shocked and appalled.
Yeah, I think we need some time to reflect on
Yeah.
what just happened.
State of the world we live in, where people
I need to
in
digest
America
that
are getting
for a
scammed
week
like
or so.
that. Wow.
Yet I'm struggling for money, and people are just giving away hundreds of thousands of dollars.
People like her have that much money to give to
You should
Nigerian.
Leave the podcasting business and enter the scamming business.
Seriously. Well, if you want to help me out with my money problems, because I just went into a lot of debt for all this new equipment, go to the front page of BrinkASanityShow.com and click on the ad. Once the page loads up, that's it. That's all you have to do. Then I get a little bit of money.
The email address is I'mYourRelative.com.
Right. Give me money at BrinkOfSanityShow.com, where you can funnel all your funds into it. So join the forums. Thank you everyone who voted this month on Podcast Alley. I haven't had a show in about a month, and still got a bunch of votes. Slipping now in the ratings, but I guess when you don't have a show in a month, that's what happens. So you can vote on Podcast Alley. Everything you need is on the front page at BrinkASanityShow.com. There's the vote link for Podcast Alley. There's the link to subscribe on iTunes. Even if you don't listen to the show through iTunes, subscribe on iTunes, because that helps. Once you get to a certain point, you get featured in the comedy section on iTunes, and you get a lot more listeners. We got a store where we got shirts. We got forums. There's some good stuff on the forums right now. You could see the whole section where I was scamming all the scammers, all the Nigerian scammers. I decided to scam them back and see how much time of theirs I could waste. And there's some funny shit on there. And I just put up pictures of SantaCon, which we will be going over in a show next week or the week after. And I think that about does it, right? There's a voicemail number on there. There's you could dig us on Dig. There's a link to that on the forums. There's a Facebook group. You could join that. Anything you guys want to plug or say?
No, it was fun. Until next time, I guess.
Yeah, no, it was great, man. Thanks for inviting me to come do this again. I have a blast every time.
Awesome.
And if you want to send some money, because to me, I'm at really poor Nigerian guy.com. Wow. Good show, man. Good show.
Yeah, I think that went pretty well.
Yeah, I had a fun time.
And you got to use all your fancy new equipment, and we got to listen to some crazy stuff. This is good, man. You're starting to step it up. I like it.
I figured I had to step up my game. It was. I think a lot of people were tuning out because of the audio quality. So hopefully I fixed that problem, which I will find out very shortly. And so come back. We will have regular shows from now on. No more 1 month breaks. Be back in a couple days. And we got a bunch of good shit coming up. We didn't even get through half this list. So, post on the forums. If you like Dave, if you like the doc, tell me. And you'll hear more of them.
And happy holidays. We didn't even touch upon the holiday season.
I know. Holy shit.
That's a whole episode in itself.
Yeah.
That's the after episode.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about the two sneakers that went flying at George Bush either. I thought that was kind of funny.
Oh, yes.
Well, we'll be doing a show in a couple days.
We could always talk about it next time.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We'll be back next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Peace.